Becton Dickinson, whose slogan is First in Safety, is the world's largest maker of needles, those familiar, if occasionally frightening instruments used by doctors or nurses to draw blood or to inject life-saving drugs. But much less familiar are the dangers these needles can pose when deadly viruses like HIV or hepatitis C can be spread by a contaminated needle, a potential death threat for the healthcare workers who use them. In this country alone, it's estimated there may be as many as 600,000 needle stick accidents every year. And today, many healthcare workers are raising questions about whether Becton Dickinson, or for that matter, hospitals and clinics nationwide, have done enough to ensure that the safest needles possible are being used by the nurses and doctors who need them. This is one example of a safer needle, where the needle retracts into the barrel after it's been used. And there are other models with different safety designs. But conventional needles with no safety mechanisms at all still account for about 85% of the national market, says Karen Daly, who's president of the Massachusetts Nurses Association.
Doesn't make sense that that's how we're doing business in this day and age. When we have the technology available, we should be making it available to the people that provide the care. It shouldn't be part of what you worry about when you go to work on a day-to-day basis.
2 years ago, Karen Daly was working in this busy emergency room when she accidentally stuck herself with a conventional blood-drawing that had no protective device. You have two potentially lethal diseases.
That's correct.
And that needle stick ended her 26-year clinical nursing career.
Just before New Year's, I got the news that both hepatitis C and HIV were confirmed. At one point, at the worst point probably in my therapy, I was taking 21 pills and an injection every day.
All because of?
All because of a needle stick that could have been prevented.
No company sells more needles than the world's largest needle maker, Becton Dickinson, or BD, which declined to talk to us on camera. Though they make a variety of safety needles, the majority of their sales are conventional needles which offer no protection. And they made the needle that accidentally stuck you?
In my case, yes.
Though BD promotes itself as first in safety, healthcare workers in 11 states have filed class lawsuits saying they themselves were accidentally stuck by BD's conventional needles, which they say are defectively designed. Dr. Reynold Trowers, who runs the emergency department at busy Harlem Hospital in New York, says he's found a way to stop most needle sticks. He quit using most of BD's conventional needles in favor of a retractable syringe.
We have not had a single exposure accidental needle stick since we have utilized this syringe.
Over a period of a year?
Over a period of about a year, yes.
This retractable needle used at Harlem Hospital gets the highest safety rating possible from ECRI, an independent non-profit group that has been called the Consumer Reports of the medical device industry. Safe needles can cost at least 25 cents more per needle, but Karen Daly told us they save money in the long run because workers who get stuck have to undergo expensive testing to see if they're infected.
One healthcare worker stuck by a needle, probably $2,000 to $3,000 to follow them up. To follow them up for 6 months. For one infected healthcare worker with one virus, anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million.
Tom Shore designed the retractable needle that is being used at Harlem Hospital, but he's had trouble getting other hospitals to buy it. Let's say that you go to a major hospital and you bring your retractable needle there, and you put it in front of whoever is the purchasing agent at the hospital.
Right.
What is he or she going to tell you?
To leave.
Why? Shaw says it's because most hospitals are committed to long-term contracts for most items they buy, including needles. And in exchange for price discounts, hospitals agree to buy most of their needles from BD. What you're saying, Mr. Shaw, is that you developed a safer needle, correct?
Right.
A needle that healthcare workers wanted.
Right.
And what happened?
The monopolistic people who were in control of the buying that goes on in American hospitals went out there and blocked it and did everything they could to drive us into bankruptcy.
Did they succeed?
Not yet.
Tom Shore complains his sales staff can't even show their retractable needles inside some hospitals. And he gave us 2 recorded voice messages from hospitals. that appear to support his charge. We played one of them for Nurse Karen Daly.
I'm being informed by them that we cannot even look at your product under the terms of our agreement with this buying contract. So I'm very sorry. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Can't even see the safe needle.
You know, this is very disillusioning for me, because I really thought this was about a marketplace and innovation, and what we often think, particularly in the healthcare industry, of if you have the best product.
It'll find its way.
That's right. That's right. And this is very worrisome.
Tom accuses BD and another big needle maker of conspiring with certain hospitals and their buying agents to do harm to Retractable's business, and he's filed a lawsuit alleging restraint of trade. But BD answers that hospitals are free to buy any needles they wish, and they point out that the U.S. Justice Department reviewed some of Retractable's allegations and decided to take no action. To see for ourselves what BD's competitors are up against, we went to a seminar on needle safety sponsored by the New Jersey Hospital Association, a conference described as educational. But only BD was allowed to promote their needle products here at a special exhibition table and in advertisements inside the conference program. We asked conference organizer Rita Pruzan why Retractable and other companies were not given an equal chance to promote their products.
We are not in the business of promoting anybody other than the people we have contracts with. And this is not a vendor show.
You say it's not a vendor show, but it says here exhibit and demonstration.
We do that for our preferred providers.
In other words, a